Man United training ground surrounded by police and security fearing imminent Glazer protests. Police were called to Manchester United's training ground on Friday as they looked to combat yet another protest against the Glazer family. Security had already increased ahead of a planned protest at Old Trafford on Saturday, but they have added increased protection to Carrington following a breach last year. Red Devils fans are furious with the club's current ownership, having endured a struggling season so far. First, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer was sacked, and his temporary replacement Ralf Rangnick has struggled to improve the situation. There has already been a protest at the training ground recently as a group of fans breached security and gained access into Carrington last year. And amid news that there will be a protest at Old Trafford on Saturday, security have been on high alert at the club's headquarters. An influx of security guards were seen patrolling United's training ground and police also attended as the usual entrance was shut off by steel gates. Due to increasing fears that a similar demonstration could take place to those events that occurred almost exactly a year ago, security has been increased. Think you know sport? Test your sporting knowledge with our tricky quiz that's according to Mirror Football, who revealed that security guards and stewards were stationed at every entrance and building at the training ground. And concerns have been raised after a fan group called the 1958 have planned a peaceful protest against the Glazer family at Saturday's Premier League clash against Norwich. A march towards the stadium will reportedly begin an hour before kickoff on Saturday, with fans planning to stay outside of Old Trafford for 17 minutes after the match has started. The number 17 is significant as it symbolizes the number of years that the Glazers have been in charge of the club. A large section of the United supporters continue to actively speak out against the Glazer ownership, and it seems that with Champions League qualification looking unlikely, fans are ready to speak out again. The last protest resulted in a group of fans gaining access to United's training complex, carrying a banner proclaiming, "We decide when you play." And their statement has been proved to be true, as United's clash against Liverpool was postponed due to ongoing protests around Manchester last season. The last protest at the club training ground even led to former boss Ole Gunnar Solskjaer coming out to talk to the fans. United confirmed that fans had attended Carrington on Friday as they released a statement which read, "There was a small and peaceful protest outside the Carrington training ground today. We respect the opinions of fans and remain committed to strengthening our engagement with them." And the protesters also released a statement to get their views across, as they said, "This isn't another Liverpool. We believed this was a one-off unique event. This is the start of the constant, relentless, peaceful, and legal protests and actions against our owners. We know the challenges ahead of us, and we will not waver or detract from these goals." And the anti-Glazer movement has even been backed by club legend Gary Neville, who called out the owners for not engaging with the fans despite promising to do so the last time that United fans protested their ownership. Neville said on Sky Sports last month, "We heard Joel Glazer say some time ago he was going to engage with the fans. Flights are open, Joel, you can get to Manchester. Let's see you over here, let's see you talk to the fans properly. Explain that vision, you've got a new CEO in place, but you can't just leave it to the new CEO. You've got to come over," he said off the back of the Super League. He was going to change the way he operated the club, and he was going to come over and see the fans. He's not done. Not that I know of anyway, unless he's slipped in without me knowing, and not many people slip into Manchester without me knowing. They sent Tom Brady over, which was nice on Saturday, but it'd be nice if they sent themselves over. It's expected to be a sea of green and yellow at Old Trafford on Saturday, as it's known that anti-Glazer fans wear those colors in protest against the owners, and it's also the colors of Norwich City, their opponents. The colors symbolize United's old strip when they were known as Newton Heath, before they later opted for the famous name we know today. Regardless of the celebrations, Saturday's game is a must-win if United are to keep any hopes of a top-4 finish alive. And the Glazers will probably be hoping for 3 points too, otherwise the protests could turn even uglier.